Drop one in a few days, so had to get some shit straight. You know what I'm saying? Not gonna lie, sometimes I don't even be feeling like it, but you know how it is. Sometimes you gotta take time out to get your own shit back together. Ain't no wrong with that shit. I've been sitting back and observing a whole lot these past few days, and for some reason I keep going back to this conversation me and my mother had a long time ago. Me and my brother had recently. Just about pretty much being present. Same combos I have with my daughter. You know? Just sitting and looking for shit. Looking at it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Trying to find ways to make ourselves better. You know? So, had to get out a little bit. But in a nutshell, think about it like this. If everything is an illusion, right? Then why do we bother trying or improving or even aspiring? Since none of what you experience, see, or real is, see or feel is real. Anyway, I mean, then who or what actually exists? Many of us have most definitely heard the saying of life is an illusion and shit like that. It's casually declared by many and with such certainty as if to imply an understanding of reality. But what does the saying really mean, though? Is it, is everything really an illusion, or is it wishful thinking on the part of humans? Or is it because, like, that nigga name? Fuck that nigga name. T.S. Eliot. Like he said, humankind cannot bear very much reality, that we cling to our illusions even if they contradict the obvious. Now, to assert that all of this shit is a motherfucking illusion poses a, it poses a problem. Cause it's like if everything is a motherfucking illusion, then why bother even trying, improving, or you know what I'm saying? Or shit like that. You know what I just said? Like that's the problem that I'm coming across. Not gonna lie. It's just none of what experience or technically see, feel is, like I don't know. Sometimes I be thinking I'll be tripping. I ain't gonna be lying, man. Excuse me. Sometimes when I be thinking about the shit I be, thinking about, I be like, man, it's time to admit myself. I think I'm going crazy, but at times I'm like, nah, maybe I'm not. Maybe just the fact that I've taken the time out to isolate myself and actually take the time out to just think and not do, but just think and try to reach places in my mind that I haven't reached yet. Try to cover more ground, try to learn more, try to, read more into shit like that. But I don't know, I'm not gonna lie. I go back with it all the motherfucking time, but I always come back to the same place. It was like when you look at the television and what's going on, like this shit like Afghanistan and Taliban and all that shit, United States and all that shit, it's like they're showing you what they want to. They're showing you the story, but we all know that ain't the whole story. You know what I'm saying? So are they feeding us an illusion? I don't know. That's something for you to decide. But anyway, you back to my shit before I go way too far left. The assumption may be that nothing exists, but but at the same time, in a weird kind of way, it's a diminishment of life. But everything that you and I see, touch, smell, hold is real. So how could that be? Does that mean every experience that I've had or every person that you love to care about is an illusion? And if not, what the fuck do people mean? What the fuck they mean by this shit? You know what I'm saying? If you ever just think about it, like, and don't get me wrong, I may be spinning my wheels in mud, but at the same time, I don't give a fuck. It's my shit. Talk about what I want to talk about. That's what I've been doing for about a year and a half, going on 2 years. So shout out to me. But at times, especially during my journey with my mental health and shit like that, my therapist has like parts of my mind has been unlocked. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been unlocked in a certain way. Like she pulls certain things up out of me. You know what I'm saying? That makes me go back and think about conversations that me and the important people of my life have, have had that have pulled some up out of me. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the right people can unlock a good side of you that you never even knew you had. Sometimes people that, strangers can see something inside of you that you don't even see. And sometimes they'll be either two things, threatened by it or they'll embrace it. That just depends on the person. It has nothing to do with you. It just, depends on, certain shit. But at some point, I don't want to say I feel. How can I word this? Okay. The lines of reality, fantasy world, the lines of reality and illusions are very blurred right now in this day with technology. You know what I'm saying? Not even that, just you know, you know. I ain't gotta go much into detail. All this shit is closer and closer to looking like Total Recall. This motherfucker. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. Like the lines of like people. I don't know. I'm not even gonna lie. I can put my finger on it. I know I'm starting to feel like I'm spinning my my wheels in the mud, but sometimes it just feels like nobody wants to ask the question why anymore. Nobody wants to find out why this is certain ways or what, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people are just taking shit and running with it. And nobody's asking the questions why. Right? I've been a thinker all my life. Shit, I've gotten a lot of shit about overthinking. I've been talking my way out of some prime pussy, just overthinking shit. You know what I'm saying? Just, I done talk my way out. I remember even being in sports, you know what I'm saying, thinking about shit, and my coach be like, do this and do that. And I do it. Then I do something else. I go back to the sideline and he'll say to me, don't overthink it. Like when you know what I'm saying? Don't overthink it. You right there. Make the play. Make the fucking play. You know? But anyway, it may be a whole lot of nothingness, but maybe somebody get it. But anyway, look, there is a difference between what something is and what we think it is. Actually, what we think it is inconsequential to what it actually is. The illusions don't exist in the world, but in here. The inner world is the fertile ground for illusions to take root when they get projected into the world. And it influences the perception of others about reality. They are distortions and distractions. In the realm of reality, we have no purpose other than, well, in reality, those distortions have no purpose other than for distraction and delusion. So, how can we really know if illusions are creating reality? Well, we can't. We really can't. Since birth, we've been up under the umbrella of whatever the fuck they show us. There's all the shit that they show us, and then there's the truth, what it really is. The only way we can really know is after the illusions no longer exist, that we even realized that we were living in the fucking illusion, like we were living in illusion in the first place. That makes any sense. I hope this shit makes sense. If not, you can let me know in the comments or feed, hit me with my DM. Like, if this makes sense to you, fuck with me. If not, please ask me a question and I can, expound. You know what I'm saying? Expound on what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Just let me know. If I'm saying something that's, like, okay, I get where you're coming from, or something you don't understand, just let me know. You know what I'm saying? I know look, man, I ain't the smartest nigga. I ain't the dumbest nigga. I ain't no therapist, man. I just a nigga who just try to get some of these questions answered. You know what I'm saying? Just want to know the whys and whats and, shit like that. Sometimes I can get, somewhat personal. Try to have a problem doing, Everything I discuss on my podcast doesn't bother me at all. It's a lot of things that I haven't discussed, so I'm not worried about it. I know where to draw that line. So a lot of that shit don't really bother me. But sometimes I get on here and I just speak on what interests me, because a lot of this shit fucks with our mind. You know what I'm saying? Just the mental health in a nutshell is such a broad, because everything starts with it. Everything starts with our mind. When we think about something, like when we see, beautiful woman somewhere, all of a sudden all we call them shits in the brain. Synapses, all the synapses, like, ooh, that bitch, like, goddamn, I can fuck the shit out. Oh my god, ooh, shit. You know what I'm saying? All that shit stuff, you know what I'm saying? When we go through a problem and we realize we just stay in our head about it and we try to find it, you know what I'm saying? So everything starts from there. You know what I'm saying? So shit like that. But anyway. When we begin to understand the difference between the reality and that we impose upon it through our own thoughts, choices, and beliefs, then we'll be made to realize that much of our despair, our anger, or pain was fueled by these misperceptions and misunderstandings. Most conflicts, whether on a personal or collective level, they stem from illusions. In our daily lives, there's an infinite opportunity to create them. We create them about our jobs, our finances, relationships, friendships, love, and life, through the internet, in general, to shield us from from these undesired truths, to shield us from really knowing, like, okay, we ain't where we at, but we want to keep our heads high. So we want to have hope. You know what I'm saying? And I can go even further than that, which I eventually will, about hope and faith and all that. Is that an illusion? We can get into that pretty soon. I have to do some more, But we don't want to live in reality, but are comfortable living. We are comfortable living in illusions because we believe that somehow that the gain far outweighs the effort needed to eliminate them. And as human beings, we are conditioned to create illusions, to hold on to our, culture, our religion, tradition, politics, even at the expense of our well-being. And from these elements, our identity is shaped. And how this identity expresses itself is unique to each of us. And only time will tell if this identity is congruent with the essential self. Illusions are learned and then passed on without knowing it. We live and we express these distorted, fucked up ideas and practices and patterns that influence our perceptions of reality and that in turn create our reality. Then we point and say, look, that's real. You know what I'm saying? That's some real shit right there. I'm a real nigga. That's a real nigga. You's a real bitch. That's some real shit. That's, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Hey, some crackers. The balls are dry. Hold up. Shit. Alright, man. Oh, man. Good day, though. Anyway. But upon further exploration, we realized that our perception was the illusion all along. and not really itself. But I would say this though. To summon, to gather up, to muster up, whatever the fuck term you want to use, the courage, to have the courage to question or to challenge beliefs, assumptions, and certainties ushers in a wiser and a more mature perspective on reality. And it takes the experience to no longer mistake one for the other. And with time, life will reflect this very distinction. Say that shit again. To have the courage to question or challenge beliefs, assumptions, and certainties ushers in a wiser and more mature perspective on reality. And it takes experience to no longer mistake one for the other. And with time, life will reflect this distinction. You know what I'm saying? You'll start reflecting it. Once you realize that a lot of this shit out here, this is a fucking distraction. Now you can start, once you start pushing back on some of these things that they just put out here for us to eat up, that's when you start realizing a lot of this shit, and that's when your, perspective of reality will start getting better and being more mature. I've noticed that even with my children. Because they realize these things. As I learn this shit, I tell it to them. I break it down to them. And I wish I knew all this information when I was a kid, because I would have looked at life totally different way. I don't regret anything that happened in my life at all. But the perspectives that I had growing up, but at the same time, it's kind of like a learning process. Like, you're not going to know everything, so you just got to hope that you're equipped enough to make the right decisions as you're growing up, decisions that won't harm you in any type of way. You know what I'm saying? But you got to bump your head a whole lot. That's just a part of life. That's it's part of reality. Nobody just skates by. There's never a shortcut. You know what I'm saying? Like, people try to take shortcuts and shit like that. They end up in the same motherfucking spot. It's like the Blair Witch Project. You know what I'm saying? How was that? But the Blair Witch Project, they was in the woods trying to take shortcuts and shit. End up at the rain. You know what I'm saying? End up at a little fireplace. Nigga tongue out, snatched teeth. I snatched the fuck out. They was low. This is the river. We was. All of a sudden, they was on the trail to go to the motherfucking house to do whatever the fuck they were gonna do. You know what I'm saying? But they kept going in circles and circles, and they ended up in the same spot about 2 or 3 times. So, trying to take shortcuts and shit. That's what happened to you in life. Like, there ain't no timeline on when it actually hit you. But if you keep fucking around, it's gonna hit you. And when it does, you have to handle those, that problem. You can't keep running from this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to push back on some of this shit. Like, I never wanted to be a person that just agreed to do something just because everybody else was doing it. I had to get comfortable with. I had to understand being misunderstood. I was a little nigga that's gonna ask why. You know what I'm saying? We gonna do this over here, and we gonna do this shit right now. I was a little chubby nigga in the back. Why? Like, why we gonna go over, you know what I'm saying? Why the fuck we gonna do this? Why the fuck we gonna do that? And I had the luxury of having parents that never that they encourage that. They you know what I'm saying, they encourage me asking why. You know what I'm saying? And I used to ask why to them, and sometimes I'm gonna be like, boy, we just go you know what I'm saying? You know, get up, we going to church this morning. Why we gotta go to church? You know what I'm saying? Come on. But about some other shit, you know what I'm saying? Like why people are this way, why people act a certain way, why do they believe all these things they believe in? You know what I'm saying? Just asking questions. My parents embraced me asking questions. And in turn, that's what my children do. They ask questions. And I love the fact that they ask questions, even sometimes if it gets on my fucking nerves. But I imagine a lot of times I got on my, parents' nerves, but they still were like, well, this, that, and the other. They didn't hesitate to expound on the ins and outs of this world, what they've been through, and why they felt like this, or why they did this, or what influenced them to do whatever that they did, or this. You know what I'm saying? Like they never turned me around when I asked why. I never had to search far for why. You know what I'm saying? That makes any sense. Matter of fact, my parents used to send me on missions to find out why. Once I got old enough, my dad was this nigga's a top scholar, smart ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? One of the smartest men. You know, raised a lot of smart, handsome, standout fellas. You know, raised a beautiful daughter. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful daughter. Like everybody thinks. Like in my family, everybody's a thinker. Whether we get along or not, that's a different story. But everybody has their own mind. Nobody's a follower. We're gonna tell you how we feel, and we're gonna go from there. We're not gonna sugarcoat the shit, cause everybody, you know what I'm saying, is intelligent, and we can all talk, and we can all agree to disagree and leave that shit alone. You know, my grandmother, God rest her soul, always encouraged us to think. Go search for it. Don't just, you can ask for it, yeah, but don't just depend on me to tell you. You know, I can sit here and tell you all motherfucking day, but it's going to resonate with you. It's going to stick with you when you go and take that journey of finding out the truth and the whys and ends, you know what I'm saying, of what all this shit means. It's an essential part of life. I never wanted to be in a position where I'm just living, just to be living. My whole life, growing up in South Dallas, was surviving. And that's all I knew going into my early adulthood was surviving. But at some point, I had to stop surviving and stop living and start living. You know? But I had to learn how to live. Because I was always in survival mode. A part of that is very healthy, but a part of that also can hinder you from living. You understand what I'm saying? That being said, I'm about to read the prescription. Get the fuck out of here. True Pill Podcast. Be right back. You know what I'm saying? Much love to y'all. Take some time out, scratch your ass, go drink some water, take care of piss or something.